Thank you. Good morning. I'm Charles Cooper, and it is May 11th, 2020, and this is my persuasive speech. My topic today is distracted driving, and I'm here to try and persuade you to put down that phone and stop driving distracted. By a show of hands, how many of you talk on the phone while driving? Now be honest, how many of you text while driving? Take a moment and look to the left and look to your right, and as you'll see by a show of hands, the face of a person who may put you in danger. And it could be someone as close as a student sitting next to you. A day I will never forget. On July 1st, 2010, I was hit by a distracted driver. A driver who was texting and driving. I sustained third-degree burns on my right leg and a broken foot. That almost derailed my military career. So if you see me rocking during this speech, that is because I deal with a great deal of pain still to this day. Now understand, while texting and driving can be difficult to resist, the consequences it imposes is far more dangerous than the inconvenience it causes you. Now, according to the Texas Department of Transportation, in 2018, there were over 5,000 motor vehicle crashes on Texas roadways. Of those 96,000, or close to 20%, they were caused by distracted driving. With nearly 400 deaths and 24 serious injuries, this distracted driving should not be taken lightly. Putting someone else's life in your hands can happen if you distract yourself while driving. That is why Texas implemented the Heads Up Texas campaign, which launched in June 4th, 2019. The goal was to spread awareness and reduce distractions by traveling all over Texas and speaking to drivers, students, young adults. Also, to further eliminate distracted drivers, there needs to be stricter laws and an app maybe that connects your car to your car while you're driving and it locks your phone. According to the Department of Transportation, in 2017, the Texas legislature passed a statewide ban on using a wireless communication device for electronic messaging while operating a motor vehicle. Texting, as well as reading or writing emails, is prohibited while driving in Texas. Unfortunately, there is no law that prevents a driver from being distracted. I myself propose that a law with the same, if not greater consequences than using electronics for messaging purposes holds. If we continue to allow distracted drivers on the road without consequences, how can we make a change? A lot of drivers have so much confidence in their driving ability and their texting skills that they have a feeling of invincibility. Some of you may even think that you're a good enough driver that you can text and avoid an accident. I don't know how well any of you can drive, but I do know you risk your life every time you pull out your cell phone while driving on the road. Once the changes are implemented, I think the number of accidents and deaths will decrease. With added laws in place, it will be easier for drivers to be pulled over and able to suffer the consequences for their actions. The more people see this happening, the lower the numbers will be. Most people do not want to break laws or pay fines, much less cause harm to others. Some people react to consequences more than anything. With an app built into your car or your phone that connects to your device, it will help drivers hold themselves accountable and prevent the desire to pick up their phone and use it. Furthermore, drivers will think about their phone less over time as it becomes a habit to be in your car without your phone. Now, today we discussed how dangerous being distracted and driving really is, and how it has personally affected my life. There are several options to implement to further deter drivers from being distracted during this growing epidemic. In April 2019, there was a news article that was released that stated additional research also shows drivers talking on a cell phone are up to 4 times as likely to crash, while those who text are up to 8 times as likely to be involved in a crash. Despite the risk, drivers increasingly report using technology behind the wheel. Nearly half of drivers report talking on a handheld phone while driving, and nearly 35% have sent a text or email. I hope you take a moment and reevaluate how you drive. I hope I persuaded you to refrain from being a distracted driver and to be more attentive on the road for the safety of yourself and others.